Well, good evening, everybody. This is Rich. This is the Suffolk Crunch with a match reaction show of Ipswich Town 3, Coventry City 0 at Portman Road this afternoon. Firstly, we'll go for 300 likes. We will have 100 likes for every goal. So if you're watching live, hit the like button. If you're watching on catch up, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, turn on your notifications bell so when we go live you can get involved. If you're in the chat tonight, come and get involved with your comments, and if you're watching back, get your comments in the comment section on YouTube. And yeah, what did you think to the game, your man of the match, and everything of the above. Firstly, we always have to mention the sponsor of the Suffolk Crunch this year is Bad Shirt Club. Head over to the website to get your bucket hats, your shirts, and your jackets, and use the code TSC30 at the checkout, and you will get 30% off your order. Dodson is in the chat. Neil is in the chat. Anyone else, come and get involved. Yeah, so we went to Portman Road today. Town facing the leaders, Coventry. Phil's in. He says, brilliant win today. Clean sheet too. Hard to choose a man in a match. Thought Kipre was immense. Yeah, so we went to the game with a little bit of trepidation, I suppose, with not a great performance on Wednesday night. Upper Town's in. Eric Clacton's in. Get your comments in, guys. I'll read some of them out, but we'll do a little catch up on the game, and then we'll see who's in the comments. He does say Upper Town needed that. Many players smashed it. Kipro's excellent. Hard to see under any normal rotation how he loses his place unless it's tactical. Yeah, a little bit of trepidation off the back of Blackburn, and then McKenna's comments yesterday when asked about the rotation, he gave a 7-minute answer. See, I like McKenna. He always explains, doesn't he? You know sort of where you're standing. Good evening, Martin. Good evening, Adrian. Good evening, St. Austell Blue, Mr. Elmac. Everyone in the chat, thank you for getting involved and watching tonight. Share with your friends if you know any Town fans. Tell them the Suffolk Crunch is live. It's the Coventry action. Come and have a look. And they might like what they see, and they might subscribe, and they might stay here and might get involved. But I always like new people getting involved in the comments and in the show. Trevor says, Walton, Kipre, Matasiwa and Nunes, all candidates for man of the match. So it was back to the 11 that started at Oxford last Friday night. So Christian Walton was in the sticks. Furlong and Leif Davis were the fullbacks, with O'Shea and Kipre as the centre-backs. Two holders in midfield, Jack Taylor and Matasiwa. Philogene on the left, Nunes in the 10. Sindre, Uvole, Egele in the right-hand side. George Hurst up the top. Ben's Life is in. Craig from Winchester is in. We might have a little bit of Ashes talk at the end, shall we? Maybe not. Not a lot to talk about there, is there? But yeah, I thought first off, I think if you're looking at the game overall, and I think you've got to be fair, I think Coventry were probably the better team. They had the majority of possession. Town couldn't really get hold of the ball, couldn't really get up the pitch. Nunes in the 10 didn't really influence the game a lot. And there was key moments in the first half. Kessler Hayden has a good chance at the far post with a header. And then Josh Eccles gets a yellow card. Louis in. Evening, mate. Ryan is in. I did say 3-1 Ryan. There wasn't many people. I don't know what you said, but I don't think many people said 3-0 to Town. So, don't have a go at me. What did you say, Ryan? Anyway, one person who did get the score right is Adam Cornish, because he messaged me at the end of the game. Make sure I give him a shout out. Adam, 3-0 Town. Well done, mate. Even though you wear Crocs. Top man. Ryan says they were shit. The Coventry weren't shit, Ryan. They weren't shit. First off, they were the better team. Yeah, Eccles gets a yellow card for kicking the ball away. It's after, I think, a free kick's given. He has a shot, goes over the bar. Right. So we look at that one. Then Christian Walton does a fantastic save from Eccles. He's going the other way. Weight on his left foot, gets a fingertip to a shot from about 20 yards. turns it onto the post, follows up, comes back out, and now another shot that he palms over the bar. That was a key moment in the game. And then another key moment in the game is at 0-0. George Hurst is played through, and linesman puts his flag up, offside. George Hurst goes through, puts it wide of the post. Now, if you are going on the rules, I can't remember what was can anyone in the chat name the referee, because I forgot his name. When someone puts his name in there, I remember he's a Premier League official. I think he refereed the cup final a couple of seasons back. But yeah, whoever it is, the referee, someone put his name in the chat now, please. There he is, Paul Tierney, referee. He doesn't book George Hurst for a second yellow. Now, as watching it, as a Town fan, but looking at it as a football fan, I mean, it's a second yellow. It's a second yellow all day long. Ryan, I don't know what we're really laughing at Coventry, mate, because they are still 12 points ahead of us, mate. Town, 4 points up, sitting in fourth tonight, but we are still 12 points behind Coventry. We beat them today, mate, but they're absolutely sailing away with the league. So I don't think there's a lot to laugh at as a Town fan if you're taking the piss out of Coventry, who are sailing over the league. It could turn around and we could catch them, but do you really think we're going to? We'll come on to that in a minute. Francis Britton says, Walton, excellent, really big save at 0-0. Thought Coventry would offer more in the second half. We need to find some more momentum. So Hurst, it was a definite second yellow. Lampard was not happy on the line. And I can't blame him. McKenna they asked him afterwards and he sort of batted it away a little bit. But if it's the other way, we would be expecting the second yellow. All I expect from a referee is consistency. If a referee's consistent, he's booked Eccles for kicking the ball away. Cajuste was good, MB. But when you're 2-0 up and you've got lots of space to play in, that's probably when he shows his best. But he hasn't shown his best in other games, has he? Hull away, he was very, very poor. The other night, he played well for 5 minutes at Blackburn and then disappeared. So I don't think he's going to be getting his place back anytime soon. But he offers something off the bench. I thought he had a couple of great turns down the left-hand side that could have led to a goal. But yeah, all I ask for is consistency from the ref. But I just think it's a real poor decision. And we do have to look at Coventry's lineup today. There was no Victor Torp, there was no Sakamoto, and there was no Akpom Razon up top on Wednesday. Neither of them Francis. George Hurst starts again for me, and I'll get into that in a minute. Why we should keep the same lineup, and no Thomas Asante. So a lot of goals have disappeared out of their team. They've got quite a thin squad. It might show now. Games coming thick and fast. Is Hurst suspended? I don't know. Can someone confirm? Has he got 5 yellows? I don't know. Maybe he has, but he got a yellow. He should have had a second yellow and he should have been suspended anyway. So he might be suspended. Oh, he is suspended. There you go. Everyone's in the chat. Hurst missed his next game. There you go. So probably has on up top after his goal. There's loads of stuff. There's loads of comments coming in here. I can't keep up with them all. But yeah, so Hurst should have gone off, and then we turned up the temperature a little bit. There was a foul by Jack Taylor, which wasn't a foul on. I can't remember one of their midfielders. The refs give a free kick. I thought from that sort of moment onwards towards half time, I thought the crowd got involved. We got in amongst them. When we played with the tempo, when we play a little bit quicker, I think we look a much better side. And we got in amongst them. We had a free kick out on the right that Nunes crossed in that led to a corner. 2 corners. One was taken from the right-hand side from Nunes, then out to the other side and Davis. And then we get the ball recycled back into the box. Far post Davis maybe overhits the cross a little bit, but Philogene does really well and gets the ball, gets his head up, lays it to Egerle, edge of the box, 20 yards out, left-footed, buries it into the corner. Great goal. So really happy to go in at 1-0 half-time when we probably didn't deserve it, if I'm honest. I thought Coventry were probably the better side without really creating a lot. They had a lot of long throws from Van Iwick. You know, he was taking an age to walk across the pitch. This is where inconsistency for me. The referee's letting him jog from right back, taking all the time in the world. Yet in the second half, there was one where I think he books Darnell Furlong for taking too long overthrowing. And I thought, there's no consistency. Just because we're winning, you know. Is he taking a bit of extra time? Possibly. But their guy, you've let him take about a minute to take a throw in, more than once, you know. So there you go. I thought Finch's Rest Cemetery says Hurst might not have heard the whistle or thought he was in the crowd. He was not for me. Not for me. I think he knows what he's doing, and he's very lucky to get away with it. I think he's if you're being consistent and Eccles is getting booked for exactly the same, you can't have it one way and then have it our way. So I thought, yeah, very lucky, but we go in at 1-0, and then second half I thought we came out. Yeah, I agree with Paul. They did give us a lot of space in the second half, but I think this is what we need to do in a lot of games at Portman Road. If we can get our noses in front and get a goal in front, these games are going to open up and we're going to have more space to play in. And then it makes us look a better team. You know, Nunes was playing on the half turn in midfield. Kipre slots a lovely ball through to George Hurst. And I didn't think he was ever going to score. As a shot, passes it sort of into Rushworth. Should really do a lot better. Didn't get no power behind it. And then lovely ball over the top. Yeah, but Stuart, Lampard did say on the radio he's a bad loser, you know. I don't see any manager being a good loser. He's a winner, Lampard is. He's a winner. He's done a fantastic job, you know. So, and rightly so that he's annoyed today and he's pissed off at the officials because they've got that wrong. And that's me as a Town fan, you know, looking at a game thinking if that was the other kicking a ball away shows dissent, finishing a move doesn't, says Stephen. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing because Eccles has a shot. I can't agree with any Town fan who says Hurst shouldn't have got a second yellow because it's a second yellow all day long. Take off your blue tinted glasses. Come on, let's be fair. He didn't, and it benefited us. You know. Jonathan said, John Atho says ref had a blinder for Ipswich. Well, just that one decision, you know. But he got a first yellow. It might have been soft, but then I think it's Matt Grimes, Finch's Rest Cemetery, gets a first yellow for his first tackle he's done. So that was what the referee was doing. So there you go. You know you're on a yellow, you have to tread carefully. But into the second half, and then a lovely through ball by Nunes on the hour. George Hurst, it's bobbling about. He gets it under control, slots it away fantastically. I thought first half, he was really poor, George Hurst. I thought he looked a man who's sort of out of form, maybe under a little bit of pressure. He couldn't get hold of the ball. That's what helps when he secures the ball, gets us further up the pitch, helps us play. And he couldn't get hold of the ball. It was bobbling around off him. Then the chance he missed. Look, he took his goal really well. And I thought second half, he put himself about well and he got hold of the ball and he helped us out. Walton, no, that is not a red card, Trevor. It is a yellow. He's got the ball outside the box. He's handled it, but he's not stopped a goal scoring opportunity. So that's a yellow. We will get diddled at some point, I would have thought, Paul. I agree. And then we'll probably all moan at that. So, and then we'll remember it. Maybe George Hurst shouldn't have got. Yeah, but there you go. It is what it is. Hurst always has Joy versus Kitchen. Had a couple of one-on-ones. Perhaps it's the high line suits his game. It was like the goal up at town against Coventry last time when he got in behind him. And I think Cameron Burgess slots him through. Yeah, I agree with you there, Finches. Sometimes he's on his heels, isn't he, George Hurst? Get on your toes. But it could be the match could be the turning point of the season, says Stuart Isaacs. Coventry fans can want him sent off, Trevor, but they obviously don't know the rules. So, yeah. Back to Coventry with no points. Thanks very much, lads, for your tremendous support today. Thought they're really good, the Coventry fans. They went home. They know they're still 12 points clear at the top of the league. I think they go to Preston in the week when I don't think they've beaten Preston for over 50 years. So, Paul says we did a great job at keeping Sims quiet, which helped. Yeah, we'll come on to the centre halves in a minute. But yeah, 2-0 with Hurst. And then I thought Town, we were in control. Christian Walton, another great save down to his right from Radoni. If they get back into there, I think 15 minutes left. Tammy says 3-0, but she got it the wrong way around. But I did say 3-1 Tammy to Coventry, so we're happy, aren't we? We're happy. We didn't want Town to lose. We just thought with the performances we've been having lately, Coventry coming top of the league. But did it surprise me today that Town turned up? Not really. But we've got to do this now consistently with Stoke on Wednesday night. But yeah, Radoni, great save by Walton. And then the clock is ticking to 95 minutes. Azon down the left-hand channel, tries to play in Smodics. I think Kitchen blocks it. Back to Azon, takes a touch, bends it. Lovely goal. Uses the defender, bends it round him. And Rushworth has no chance. In it goes. It's 3-0. And Town are absolutely delighted, you know. I don't think Philogene was greedy today, Jar Jar. I thought he'd done really well. And I thought he worked his socks off, working back and helping defensively as well today. So I thought he had a really good game. Maybe 3-0 was a bit flattering, Trevor, but we're going to take it. And there's games this season, probably Watford at home when we should have beaten them, and we only got a draw. So kept a clean sheet. We defended properly. If we defend properly, you know, that always gives us a chance. So let's come on to have a look at the overall team. Christian Walton, very close for me for man of the match. He's not going to get my man of the match. But Neil's just taking the words out of my mouth. Interesting decision to be made when Palmer back available soon. Yeah, I agree with you, Neil. Walton keeps the gloves. I think he's been excellent. He's waited for his chance. It's a little bit like when Walton was injured in the promotion season and Halaki came in and he took his chance and Walton didn't get his shirt back. So if Walton keeps putting in these sort of performances, I think he's gonna keep the shirt, and so he should. You know, Kirk Lewis, see what we can do when we score first. Exactly. I've said it on here loads of times. In these games, especially when teams come with a low block, Town can score a goal. Games open up. Games are totally different. Today, Coventry come. They were always going to come and have a go and attack and leave a few holes. Graham feels sorry for Greaves. Yeah, but I think it's 8 out of the last 10 that Kipre's played. I'm a big fan of Greaves. I think sometimes on the ball he's a little bit better than Kipre, but Kipre today was my man of the match. I thought he was absolutely immense today. Headed everything, tackled everything, and even slotted a lovely through ball for George Hurst when he could have made it 2-0 in the second half. But I thought Kipre, that's probably his best all-round game for Town. I thought he was immense today. Him and O'Shea, who I thought had another good game. He's been really solid in the last few weeks. They stopped the majority of Coventry's attacks, defended the long throws well, you know, because they had quite a few of them in the first half. Jar Jar says, I think a lot of credit is due to the medical team for keeping Nunes fit. And yeah, because when he did come from Norwich, they did tell us that he had a poor injury record. Touch wood so far, he's not had any injuries for Town up to Marcus Stewart. But I thought Leif Davis, and I thought Furlong. Furlong doesn't offer a lot going forward sometimes, but I thought he was steady today at right back. Fullbacks were good. 2 in midfield were good. You know, Jack Taylor gives us legs in there. He gives us energy. I think he's probably the best fit alongside Matasiwa at the minute. Jens, he's a little bit, I think when you're winning and things are going right, I think he's good, like he showed when he came off the bench, but not starting for me at the minute. They might need another midfielder, possibly in January, because I think Matasiwa was on 8 yellow, so another 2 and he gets, I think, a 2-game ban. He's probably going to be heading for 15 and a 3-game ban. So I think it showed when he didn't play against, I think it was Charlton, did he? It was poor. Thomas Mouse, who do you like to sign in January? Dele Alli sounds like a good shout, and Hayden Hackney from Middlesbrough as well. Do you think those two would be a good fit? I think Dele Alli, not for me. It's not really worked out, has it, for him? Hayden Hackney, obviously, Thomas, but I think you're going to struggle to get him in January. Borough up there, aren't they? Second in the league. Jar Jar says, I saw Raheem Sterling linked on loan. Yeah, I think that was in the football world Twitter feed, which talks a lot of nonsense. 350k a week. He won't be coming to Town on that. Chelsea would have to pay a massive wedge of that to get him. But yeah, I'll take Hackney. I'll take Hackney, but I don't think you get him in January. Possibly if we got promoted, you might get him in the summer. Neil says, poor old Blackburn, Rivers. 1-0 up and abandon the game. Yeah, I don't think they're called Blackburn Rovers anymore. They're Blackburn Rivers. I mean, two games abandoned at your ground this season. Hang your head in embarrassments. That is shocking. I just see that, Thomas. I was watching the Millwall. If you've not seen it, go and check out the Bristol City Millwall mass brawl at the end of the game. Oh my lord, what a fight that is! Probably better scrap that was than Eubank versus Ben a couple of weeks back. But Delap on loan. Do not be silly, Eric. He's not coming back to town. But we need a striker, definitely. I think it was the two managers when it falling out, and then I think the Bristol City lad gets involved, and then there's people coming everywhere. There's punches being thrown, people falling on the floor. Embarrassing. Hang your heads, Bristol City and Mill. They will both get done. They will. Thomas says, looks like they had a great boxing day. Definitely. Oh, Delap's dislocated his shoulder, says Trev. But yeah, Matt Siwu and Taylor good in midfield. Nunes, excellent in the second half. Got in the game more. Game opened up. Lovely through ball. He's a classy player, isn't he? If you give him time and space, he's always going to affect the game. Eggerly, excellent. I didn't think the ref was great. Jar Jar, if I'm honest. It should have been... I talked earlier about Hurst. It should have been a second yellow for him, and we got one away. We got away one. Ivanovic from Millwall. I've mentioned him before, Louis. I'll take him. Leicester were 3 up, weren't they, in about 30 minutes today. Jack and Steve will be happy. Back tomorrow night, by the way. Final whistle, 6 p.m. Come and have a look as we predict or try to predict the midweek fixtures. I think I got one correct score today. Preston Wrexham. I went for a 1-1 draw, so I'm happy with that. Steve got 1. Jack got a big fat 0, so he's back to normal form. Craig says staying in Ipswich tonight, so won't be waking up to see the Ashes tomorrow. Just so show some fight, England. I'll have a little Ashes review at the end of this if anyone's hanging around. But yeah, I thought he was good. Eggerly, great to see him take his goal. Classy finish, good player. I think he's only going to get better. Philogene spoke about him, didn't I? I thought he worked really hard. Helping back Leaf, tracking back. Thought he put in a real good shift today. And then Hurst up front, he improved after half-time, got his goal. Subs were good. Caduce was good. Jack Clark went over on the right-hand side. Azon got his goal, great finish. And if Hurst is suspended on Wednesday night, I think he probably gets a start. Thomas says he'll be watching you and Jack. And Steve. Don't forget Steve. 32 likes. Hit the like button if you're in the chat now. We're going for 300 likes. We want 100 likes for every goal that Town scored today. So 3 goals, 300 likes. Shane says, what a win. Great atmosphere. Sarah's in, now catching up. That was a good one in the end. I think, look, overall, I think maybe 3-0 did flatter us a little bit. But I think we scored goals. We scored goals at good times today, right? Just on half time. And then after an hour, Hurst had already missed that chance. And then at 2-0, I thought we managed the game quite well. And we always looked dangerous that we could nick another goal. And then Azon got his goal at the end. But look, Coventry, they're still sitting pretty at the top of the league. They're a good side. I was a bit disappointed today with a few boos for Wolfie when he ran down to the North Stand when he was warming up. I don't think that was really called for. I mean, Wolfie's been an absolute legend for us. He's been at the club since he was a lad. Must have been a bit strange for him walking through the doors today and going into the away changing room. He didn't get on the pitch. But yeah, I've got no problem with Luke Wolfenden. Part of the back-to-back promotions, and he'll be always fondly remembered at Portman Road. And he's still a Town fan at the end of the day, so a little bit disappointed with that. But yeah, we go to Wednesday now when we play Stoke at home. Sitting now 4th in the league, 5 points behind Borough. Millwall are in 3rd. But Town just got to keep rolling now. We set the bar today. We've beaten the league leaders 3-0. First time they've been beaten 2-0 this season. They've only lost one other game at home to Wrexham, away at Wrexham. So they'll be looking to bounce back on Tuesday night. I think they go to Preston. So I think they're taking nearly 5,000 there. So fair play to the Sky Blues. And we play them again, don't we? Right at the end of the year. I think it's the 29th of December, 6 p.m. I think that's on the telly. Shane's just got home. He's having a beer. I think he just went. Trevor says, "What is the Azon bandage?" It's like Keith Lemon. I think it's just a probably a superstition thing, mate. Right, we'll stay till 30 minutes. Any questions you got in the chat, leave them now, or drop in who you thought was your man of the match. We'll have a little bit of cricket chat. I didn't get up this morning. What were the Aussies? 40 odd ahead. Kept waking up, looking at my phone. See, we got a couple of wickets. I thought, yeah, here we go. We could bowl them out. Lead under 100. No. Mitchell Starc, 77. Scotty Boland, I think, got 20 odd. They just ground us into the dirt, and they kept us out there till into the second session. 170 lead. 47 for naught. I thought England are doing well here, but we've all seen this movie before. We all know what happens. Bang, 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 bang. I think we went from 90 for 1 to 128 for 6. Kip Ray. Walton says Ross. DJ WRTFC says we're in the mix without playing consistently well. Trevor says the Ashes will be a whitewash. I think we might win one, Trev, possibly. But if you don't learn and you don't adapt and you only play one way in Australia, you're not gonna win it, are you? Smart batting by them. Just staying until we had to bat under the lights, says Craig. Jason says Jaden was his man of the match. Paul says Nunes. Dr. Zach King says great win. Will be brilliant to follow it up. Nunes, man of the match. So, yeah, England finishing, I think we're about 40 odd behind. We've got 4 wickets left. We've got Jackson Stokes in. Can we show a bit of fight in the morning? Can we make the Aussies bat again? Could we get 130, 120 run lead and then maybe pop them in under the lights? It could get interesting. Maybe I'm massively clutching at straws there, but who knows? Eric says that day-night game is crazy, in my opinion. Yeah, look, they love it in Australia, and they're kings of it. So fair play to them. It's going to be 2-0. It's going to be tough for England to come back in it if it's 2-0 down, but we'll wait and see. But we're all here to chat Ipswich, and we were all happy tonight. We've won 3-0. We are now sitting 4th in the league. We follow it up with Stoke City at home on Wednesday night. FA Cup draw is at tea time on Monday. A lot of FA Cup games today. I think Western-super-Mare are in the 3rd round. They beat Chelmsford. I'm not sure what other non-league teams are in there. I know Cambridge beat Stockport on penalties, so that was a good win. DJW says same side against Stoke, or will be there changes? Well, I think, as we chatted about earlier, I didn't know, but I think George Hurst, that was his 5th booking, so he'll have to sit out. So it'd be Azon or Akpom up top, but obviously we got Sammy Smodics in. Kirk says Walton was his man of the match. A lot of shout outs for Christian Walton tonight. I thought he was really, really good. Salford are through. That's who I want, Eric. I want to go to Salford because that's one of my 6 grounds I've got to tick off. So I wouldn't mind a little trip down to Salford. See Luke Garbett, ex-Town, playing down there. Alex Bruce, I think he's assistant manager down there with Carl Robinson. But we'll wait and see who we get. I'm not sure what time the draw is, but it is at tea time. I see England's games. The times have been announced for Croatia, Ghana and Panama. I think we're 9 p.m., 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. That's the first 3 games. Did anyone watch that World Cup draw yesterday? Oh my God, it was like pulling teeth. It was so long. It was so boring. Rio Ferdinand hosting it. I mean, what is going on there? Come on. Shaq O'Neal, he looked bored. Tom Brady. I think Wayne Gretzky was there. Donald Trump was there. Oh my Lord. It was just an absolute shambles. Stoke set up to frustrate. I think they got smashed today. I think it was 4-0 by the Blades. Banger after banger says, what a game today. Coventry Radio was saying that Furlong is Town's weak link. Well, I thought he handled Mason Clark pretty well. But anyway, if you are watching live, hit the like button now because we're just about to finish. If you're watching back, we're going for 300 likes on this video. Anyone new here is watching, please hit the subscribe. It's totally free. It's totally free. So if you could, it would be brilliant. Turn on your notifications bell and head over to the Bad Shirt Club. Get your shirts, get your hats, get your jackets, Christmas party lines, Christmas party jackets and hats, and mainly shirts over there. So if you go to a Christmas party and you're looking for an outfit, head over there, TSC30 at the checkout, and you get 30% off your orders. Sean is in. Last message I'm going to read out. It says, quality all round today, only just joined, so watch it back. Town better than the cricket. There we go. Cheers for watching, and we will see you probably Tuesday for the Stoke City preview. I might do a live. I will see what time the FA Cup draw is on Monday, and I might just do a little live, and we'll do a little watch along with that. So keep you posted. Cheers for watching, everybody, and see you all soon. Up a town.